Okay. So I was at a nautically themed deli while I was traveling recently, and they had a salad for Titanic. Yeah, it was a large wedge of iceberg lettuce.
Oh, no. Too soon.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Yes.
No, it's been over 100 years. All right, Taebyn, do you know why all the math books at the local college are happy now that summer is here?
No, Bearly, I don't. Why are all the math books happy? That thing that you said.
That summer's because all their problems are solved. And, we had a solar eclipse recently, and I was outside in a crowd when I heard a young boy ask his father if he would explain the solar eclipse. He looked down and said, "No, son."
Huh?
So now, without further ado, I suggest we get this show on the tracks and depart the station from normalcy to absurdity. How about you, Taebyn? What do you think?
I think that would be a fantastic idea.
I don't even know where the normalcy is.
It's just left of absurdity. Oh,
okay.
Right.
It's actually right after B on the keyboard.
No, it's there's a V in between mine.
Okay, well, hello, welcome, Hu and I, and Guten Tag, hey, and Mubart Fluff to all the creatures in the Potiverse. You have found yourself listening to Bearly Furcasting feature and Taebyn. Why have you found yourself listening to it? Well, that is the question, isn't it? I am your co-host with no toast, Bearly, and we have a full contingent of our staff here today. Please join me in welcoming Rayne Raccoon, our co-producer, recently engaged and recently seeing much clearer out of one eye right now. How are you, Rayne?
I am doing good. So, yeah, my appointments got changed. So, I'm almost at 20/20 vision now. It should get better as the month progresses.
Awesome.
That's what the doctor was telling me today. And so, yeah, I'm doing good.
Awesome. Yeah, your brain has to compensate because it's been so used to seeing badly for all your life. And so now it's got a clear lens.
I have one eye that's really weak and has a really bad astigmatism, and then the other eye that's fairly normal but has bad glaucoma.
The other one is like a blimp. It's a good year because the other one is really weak.
Right.
Oh.
Okay, that was stupid.
Oh.
I did it. I did that.
It was, but
That's
you
the
did.
thing I did.
We have yes. We have another first sitting in right now, but I'm going to introduce them later as they are here for a specific purpose, and I don't want to spoil the surprise. So that leads me to introducing the fab co-host of this here podcast, Taebyn. How the fluff are you, Taebyn?
Well, fab.
Fab.
I always thought that was a funny. I mean, I understand fabulous and everything, but I always thought it was fab. I don't know. I don't understand. Anyway, hi. I am doing good. Things are great. It's all pretty and things outside and everything. And I actually have a bunch of things to say before we get to our next segment.
Well,
you don't say.
Then
I do say, and I'm going to say a lot of things.
Well, it is your podcast. Say what you want.
Hi. What do you want? See, I did it. I did
all right,
that.
Good.
Now.
All right. And thank you for joining us. It's been nice you've been with us. Taebyn is leaving now. No.
Yeah, it's been a great time. Thanks, everyone. So the first thing is time for Jesse for a walk, of course, and how you should do about English. Got to keep those.
Yes.
And we're still at the time of this recording. We're still in Pride Month.
Yes, we are.
Although any further that's listening to this now, it's not Pride Month anymore, unless you happen to be listening next year in June. But I digress. So we're still in Pride Month, so I wanted to give a shout out. We have so much diversity in the scientific and mathematical community. We have animals of colors, trans, gay animals and things. And I think it's important not to just educate and acknowledge, but also celebrate the diversity we have. So specifically for Pride Month, I would like to mention just a few greats and activists in the LGBTQ PUP community. I did that right there. And if you caught that, and there's so many, and so I just picked some names.
So wait. I have to know what the PUP stands for. Is it pan, under, appreciated, and poly?
No, it stands for pup.
Oh,
okay. Stands for pups under pups.
Okay, pups under pups. Got it. All right.
That yeah, PUP. That so. We've, every June I've talked about some science, some STEM, science, technology, and or engineering and mathematics, furs or not furs, just in the LGBTQ pup community. So we've talked, for example, about Alan Turing many times on the show.
Yes.
He lived 1912 to 1954. So just let me remind every fur, he was this great, wonderful mathematician and physicist. He is said by some to be the most intelligent gay mathematician of all time. Turing
and the father of the computer.
And yes, he helped the British and its allies win the Second World War. And I'll mention the computer in just a second. By interpreting the Nazi code correctly. And of course, as Rayne just basically mentioned, there's the famous Turing machine, which is an abstract computational model that performs computations by reading, writing off an infinite type. This is an abstract and powerful model for solving problems in computer science and testing the limits of computation. And this was the birth of the computers we know of today. So this very, very amazing Andrei Kolmogorov. He lived 1903 to 1987. He's actually a very well-known name in the areas of probability theory, mechanics, logic, and much more. He was suspected very much of being a gay Soviet mathematician. He wasn't suspected of being a Soviet mathematician, but the gay part is what he wasn't. He's out as a Soviet, but not as
a gay. Okay, good. Yes.
We suspect you are Soviet, comrade, but we also suspect you might be gay.
Yes.
No, I am a lesbian.
Yes.
No, so
he is from the island.
It's good to clarify these things. I think we all know, and we've talked about this on the show before, I think we all know about Leonardo da Vinci. He was a gay mathematician and artist who has had so much impact on our world in so many different ways. And some other, there's so many others that I can talk about, but just a current day, Autumn Kent is a current day trans woman that is currently a professor of mathematics at the University of Wisconsin. She's published many, many papers for any fur that's interested in geometry and topology, which this pup right here likes those things. She's also received a number of awards throughout her career, including a Simons Fellowship in 2019, which is a national award that provides funds for research. She's a big activist. She's very active in the LGBTQ plus community. And in 2019, she organized LG and TBQ plus conference, which fostered collaboration between LGBTQ plus mathematicians working in geometry, topology, and dynamical systems, which are all three branches of math, which are very cool in case any of you first haven't heard of it. And of course, as I say, those are just to name a few. Lots of great work in the LGBTQ pup community. You can go to lgbtmath.org and see a big, huge list of names of the many current LGBTQ plus mathematicians out there. And also just a shout out to another organization, prideinstem.org. No dashes or anything. Pride in STEM is a charity run by an independent group of LGBTQIA+, alphabet soup, scientists and engineers from around the world that aims to showcase and support all LGBTQIA+ people in STEM fields. So they're a great charity. Go check them out at prideinstem.org. Woo, so that was a lot of things I had to say about that because I thought it was really important to celebrate the things that happen here in our community.
Yes.
And that's not all. Do you want to know what else I have to say?
Why? What else do you have to say, Taebyn?
I have other things, such as, we do a lot of really horrible puns on this show. In case you had not noticed.
We have no horrible puns ever.
Ever. They're all the best.
That's right. They're all the best puns, not horrible.
They're only the best.
Puns get paid.
Yes, horrible.
Exactly.
We do it for free. That makes us something entirely different.
It's we're a nonprofit for wonderful puns. Yes. But while most puns make me feel numb, math puns actually make me feel number. Just giving you a second.
Okay.
Wow. I mean, they do.
Wow.
And just a few more things.
Yes, please.
It's been a few weeks. I have a lot of things to say.
Okay. Maybe
Oh,
going,
you
maybe
first. I hope you're
going
still
2
listening
weeks. Maybe
to.
going every 2 weeks was a mistake.
Maybe
Yes, I
it
think
builds up
so.
in the pup and he
It
can't help
does. It
himself.
does. Oh my.
Welcome, all you furs, to listening. You are listening to Taebyn featuring Bearly Furcasting. um, so also, I think it's time to plug some things. I have to plug Get Out the Float, even though it's not till next year in February. But I think since a lot of furs I don't think really know about it yet, it's good to let them know way in advance so you can start planning. So Get Out the Float is new FurCon in Seaside, Oregon. It'll be in February, first weekend, I think, of February.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yes.
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 So go check out getoutthefloat.org. Check it out. It'll be lots of fun. We'll all be there. It'll be fun. And
Yes.
also a plug for the Anthro Northwest Film Festival. Of course, that's in January, but still, it takes a lot of time to make film. So any of you filmmaking furs out there, go ahead and think about submitting your film. You can either one you've created before or one you're going to create to the NW Film Festival. You could have your film shown in front of lots of furs and maybe win some cool awards. Submissions are not quite open yet, but just start thinking about it. They will be open eventually on the Anthro Northwest Film site.
And Taebyn? Taebyn?
Huh?
So are you the chairman of the film festival this year?
It turns out, as of a few days ago, indeed, yes, I am organizing the film festival again.
Okay.
So nobody else wanted to do it again.
So that means that our submission is not eligible for winning.
It's true.
Okay.
It is true.
Okay.
All
right.
Yes, all you furs.
But they have to watch it.
But they have to watch it.
They have to watch it. They do
in the
have
order
to.
that he wants it played.
Indeed.
They actually do. They have to play it in the order I want. So, so the last 2 years, this pup right here, for all you furs, I don't know, I've been organizing and running the NW Film Festival, and it's a lot of work. So I was asking Gabriel, the con chair, just the other day, because it's about time they open up film for submissions.
Yes.
And I didn't know who was doing it, and I didn't offer or anything. I just wanted to make sure that everything gets opened and everything on time, so people know. So I asked Gabriel. So is it time to open the submissions on the website? And who's running it this year? And that was probably the wrong thing to say, because then he said, "Oh, could you do it? You've been doing such a fabulous job." So okay, yeah, sure, why not? Anyway.
Okay.
So yeah.
And yes,
two more
Taebyn,
things.
And yes, Taebyn, if you want me to, I will do red carpet again. I had a good time doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea, but
yes,
it's good to know there's some.
At least I'll have some notice this time.
Yes, you do.
There you go. You can dress up this time. So,
yes.
Yeah. As Amelia Earhart. Actually, Bearly, do you know who Amelia Roundface is?
I don't know who Amelia Roundface is.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's it. Okay. Well,
that's it. I mean, I don't either. I was just wondering if you did. Okay. And how was Canada Pride things? You went to Canada recently.
Oh, well, Canada was fun. It was exciting. It was different. And there are lots of stories as to that, and I'm going to direct anybody that wants to know how that whole thing went to listen to the episode of Off Leash where we talk about Thunder Bay Pride.
Did you have lots of poutine? That's all I really want to know.
I had no poutine, and I had so quick story. So banks won't exchange American money for Canadian money unless you have an account there. And it's like, why would I have an account? I just got into country. I won't. So the people that were hosting it says you just should open up an account, put $5 in it, change your cash, and then close the account.
True. There you go. So I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. So we had to go to the local casino to exchange our money, which was in walking distance. The town is only it's a tiny town. It's 100,000 people, but the downtown area is all compact, right? Mm-hmm. So Pup Canes and I are walking, trying to find this casino. And in Canada, they give you directions like, oh, you can't miss it. It's 2 blocks up and 1 block over. You can't miss it.
It's just past the Tim Hortons.
Right. If you've gone to such and such, you've gone too far. Now, that's always the conversation. That's always the directions. If you got to such and such, you've gone too far. So,
such. Is that a new bar restaurant?
Yes.
That opened up?
Yes.
There? Okay.
So,
such and such.
So we literally walked around the casino twice before we realized that was the casino.
Oh,
There was
no.
no big
No.
signs or anything like that. It looked like a
No need-
nondescript business building, right?
Oh,
So
my
no
gosh.
hotel, nothing. So we walk in. I say to the gal, I go to the cashier's cage and I say, will you exchange American money for Canadian money? She says, absolutely, but I won't change it back. I was like, okay, I don't need you to change it back. I just need you to give me Canadian money. So I laid down $150 and got back 210 Canadian. My traveling partner was like, she gave you more than you gave her. I says, yes, that's called the exchange rate. And so I turned
Hello.
around.
You should take them to Mexico so that they
Right.
can really see
Yeah, so-
some big
stacks. So
big stacks.
So he's getting his money exchanged. I turn around and there's one of the machines that I love to play. I take one of their plastic Canadian $10 bills and plunk it in there, hit the button, win $10. So I doubled my money. Keynes walks up to me and says, what are you doing? I says, oh, I'm just going to hit it one more time before we go to breakfast. Push the button, hit $150 jackpot.
Woo! Yay, Canada. Let's
Yeah.
go up there more often.
I went back up to the cage and she said, oh, sweetie, did you win again, eh? Like, yes, I did. Cash it and then paid for that. But my question to the Canadians is, how can your food be mushy, bland, and spicy all at the same time?
It's a unique conglomeration
Mhm,
of
Yeah.
cultures that Canada has.
Yeah. So, but we marched in the parade and we had a booth at the festival grounds, and then we had a big event in the evening. But like I said, go over to Off Leash and check out the episode on Thunder Bay Pride, and you will hear a nice almost 2 hour conversation between the three of us
Woo.
hosts
Nice.
about how everything went. And we just basically set a microphone in the center of the room and we just talked about how everything went, and it was just a lot of fun. So, yes.
Okay.
Taebyn,
Hi.
is there anything you don't understand today?
Yes, there are several things I don't understand. Such
Okay.
as,
Yes.
why are there not bee batteries? I mean, come on. Do they like not
Good
know
question.
how to spell or something? I also don't understand why Teflon sticks to a frying pan and nothing sticks to Teflon. I mean, how does that even work? The science.
Mhm.
And a joke that I came across today that I actually don't get.
Okay.
It goes, what do you call a couch with no cushions?
An ouch? No.
No.
Well, I would think so, but apparently it's a honey glazed ham.
Huh?
Wait a minute.
What? I don't get that either.
A couch
I don't have.
with no cushions.
It's a honey
Honey-glazed
glazed
ham.
But I'm not the only one here.
Oh, okay.
Are you sure the pages of the book joke
did
book
stick
you got
together?
this from weren't stuck together?
Yeah, actually, maybe it was, what do you call a honey glazed cushion? A couch with no ham. That
No.
would make sense. Or no, that
Yeah,
wouldn't
that would make any more
Never
sense than
mind,
the
I
first
don't
one.
know.
It doesn't
Well-
make any more sense, but it's funnier.
But listener,
it's
if you
better.
understand that joke, please write in on our chat
Listener.
or click the
Yes.
text message us on top of the episode and explain us to that.
Because we are all waiting with worms on our tongues for this one.
That's
'cause
right.
None of us can figure it out.
That's right. Anything else,
I'm not
Taebyn?
alone on that. Yes.
Okay.
Wow, I have so many. I'm so sorry. I have so many things this week. Holy.
That's okay. So I'm just picturing every listener that listens to our show is picturing you bouncing around a wall, around a room with your energy, with the way you talk.
Mm,
I mean, I'm getting a lot of exercise at the same time.
Yes.
not very far off from the truth.
Oh my cow. So, it's time for our weekly formations for the week.
No, it's not.
Woo. It's not?
No.
No, it's time for the past today.
Oh, so
You jumped the gun.
I was jumping into the future and letting all you first know that soon we will be talking about formations for the week. But now, speaking of the future, we'll talk about the past today. I like how we just got all three tenses in there. It made me very tense to get all those three tenses all in the same. Okay, yes. Bearly, what time is it?
It's time for the past today.
Okay.
Last time on BFFT, We talked about the naked man on a flight in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And he was supposed to go to a hearing on June 14th. And Taebyn texted me today and he says, don't forget to talk about this. What was the update with the guy on the plane? And so I looked for updates, and alas, that none were found. But
Alas.
I guess since it was a virgin flight, maybe him running naked through the plane means it isn't virgin any longer.
That is a good question. Does a naked man running through a virgin count as devirginization? I don't know.
Devirginization.
Yeah, it's a word I just made up.
Okay.
Taebyn can do it, so can I.
Yes.
This reminds me of so my friend went to the Canary Islands once, and he had a great time, and he came back and he said, I had a great time. It was very beautiful there and everything, but it was the most amazing thing. There were no canaries there on the Canary Islands. And so the next year he went to the Virgin Islands, and he came back and said, I had a really great time, but it turns out on the Virgin Islands, there were no canaries there either. It was just... the most amazing thing. So that reminded me of that.
I knew that. All
Yes.
right. And now...
And all you furs, I have to... So soon Bearly's going to introduce... he mentioned in the intro, we've got another fur sitting with us, which he'll introduce in a little bit. But I just have to note that in everything that has been said, no matter who has said it, this particular fur has been like... He hasn't reacted at all. There's been no smiles. It's like he
I think his camera's frozen.
His video is frozen.
Oh, that would explain why
he doesn't stay that still normally.
No,
he's got nearly as much energy as you, so
yeah,
I'm sure it's just because his camera's frozen.
Okay, yeah, because look, he's not even blinking. That's a good... Okay, anyway, all you first will hear more from...
Oh, please, not dead.
This for later. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I know why I got it mixed up, because in my personal notes, I have formations before past today, and here I don't. And then I also have... I'm caught up now. Did I even... Okay, I'm caught up. I'm going to put something in the notes right now because I got messed up in mine. And so, hold on. I'm doing it.
Okay, he's doing it live.
This is fun. This is lots of fun. Are you having fun? I'm having so much fun.
Yes. Okay. Stupid.
Percy type stud.
Stupid jokes I made up. I'm Taebyn is what he's typing. I'm a pup.
Joik.
Stupid joke I made up. It's a joke. You're such a joke. Oh, right. But before we get to the jokes, it's time for the formations. So let us all get zen and have and just relax for a minute. And let's hear
I'm having way too much fun.
7.5 formations for
you
the
remembered,
episode.
Yes. So all you furs that have been listening recently, you might remember that I started a little bit ago this new segment on the show called Formations. It was in the beginning, it was kitty cat formations, and then it took corgi, and now we've got the Trash Raccoon's Guide to an Amazing Life that our very own Rayne here bought me to read on the show. And so each week, there's a big list of 15 different kinds of affirmations, and I read half of them each week. Last week, I read the first 7.5, and this week, I will read the next 7.5.
Okay. Awoo.
Starting with 7.5, the fuel it needs.
Okay.
Awoo.
You first have to go back to last recording to figure out what the beginning of that is.
Exactly.
I accept myself completely.
Awoo.
And the answer to your question... No, I'll let... Okay, hi. Next one. Whoops.
Whoops. That's a good affirmation.
I don't think that's in the book.
Whoops.
Oh my cow. Okay, yes, after whoops comes... That's a great affirmation. Whoops. That's my daily affirmation.
Whoops.
God.
I am grateful for the body I have, and I treat it with respect.
Woo.
My body is currently perfect and does not need to change for anyone.
Woo.
My body confidence brings me joy.
Brings me joy. I thought you said springs.
Yeah, not springs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brings me joy.
Brings you joy.
Whoops.
Whoops.
People respect my body and my decisions about my body.
Whoops.
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 Yes.
God.
Taking care of my body gives me great joy. Whoops. I am beautiful and strong.
Whoops.
Whoops.
My body tells me what it needs, and I always listen to it.
Whoops.
Whoops.
And those finish our affirmations for this week.
Whoops. Whoops. All right. Now,
And yeah.
Yes, good listener. I have to point out right now that we have a document that we share with that we work off of when we produce the show. And Taebyn wrote in there just before we started today, a thing says "Hear Bear Roar," Taebyn's new minute-long segment. And so now, let's hear the bear roar and Taebyn's new minute-long segment.
Whoops. A long time ago for story time, and barely, I don't think, Rayne, you were on the show, so you might not remember, but a long time ago for story time, I read a book that had like 1 million sounds, like 36 different sounds in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and
yes.
it got
yes.
long. Do you remember that?
Yep.
And so I got a new one, but instead of playing all 1 million sounds, because I could remember seeing Bearly's face, his muzz got all like really bored and wanted my life to end or something because of the sound. So I got a new one called Hear Bear Roar, and there are 1 million sounds, but I figured instead I'll just do, and it has a little reading with each one. So I'll just do 3 each week, and that'll take, not much time at all.
Okay.
And that way we can do it in little bite-sized pieces.
Awesome possum.
And Bearly won't kill you at the next
that'll
con.
be great. That means I might return on our next episode. That'd be great.
I won't make you ride in the back of the pickup truck when we go to BLFC.
But he likes that because he gets the wind in his fur.
Well, that's
I
true.
do.
That's true.
It's pros and cons.
Yes.
Make him ride in the trunk.
Yes.
I'll just move on. So our first 3 are the grizzly bear roars.
Grizzly bear.
The deer is ready to run.
Deer.
The fox. The fox sniffs the ground.
Fox.
What does the fox say?
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's that. And then so let's end that with a stupid joke I made up because I'm Taebyn, I'm a puppy.
No, it's a
apparently.
stupid
That's
joke.
what it says.
It's a
Oh,
joke.
yeah.
It's a joke.
I have a stupid joke I made up.
Yes.
And it goes like this. Green vegetables are healthy, and when they save lives of men, they say, I spare a guy.
Oh.
I
That
made that up.
smells as bad as
Oh.
asparagus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
Oh. that
Thank
was
you.
painful. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my cow. Okay, all you furs
Wow.
write in and let us know how, was that my worst joke yet? I mean, it might well be. So if it is, write us in on the Telegram chat or the website or email or something and let us know how bad that was.
But please do not send litter bombs.
yes.
No. Or litter bombs.
Or litter bombs.
We don't want those either.
That's right. That's right. Okay. All right. Well, let's catch up to our media for what we've been watching the past couple of weeks. So I am caught up on The Acolyte, and I started the newest season of The Boys. Now, The Boys is a very dark, very violent, very bloody show on Amazon Prime.
Okay, I've seen like ads for it, but I don't know anything about it. So I keep
Yeah,
wondering.
it's based on a comic book of the same name, but it's an adult comic book. Do not
Yeah.
mistake it for Mickey Mouse and Steamboat Willie. No, this is an adult, over 18, only purchasable by somebody like that. And
it's way more brutal than Watchmen, even.
yes,
So
yes.
yeah,
So
just be prepared if you're thinking it's Superman. It's not.
No, it's not.
Very dark.
Very dark, very, very dark. And it's very, very good and very well done. So this is season 3, and fans gave season 2 a lot of heartache because they said they weren't true to the comic book and that it wasn't violent enough or sexual enough. So guess what season 3 is?
Violent and sexual.
Oh, very violent, very sexual.
And I heard they're pissed off that they made one of the characters gay.
I believe all of the characters are questioning at very least.
Yes, but they're pissed off specifically because one character went from I guess appearing straight in the first 2 seasons to now being gay. I don't know. I haven't caught up.
Okay.
But I did see that it was tying the conservatives' knickers in a knot.
Okay. Well, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. So I caught up on that, and then I caught up on the new season of House of Dragon. Dropped just a week ago before this episode, our episode drops. It was very heavy on exposition, not a lot on action. Because it has been 2 years since the end of the last season, so you got to kind of really tell the story, if you will. And in Thunder Bay, as you mentioned before, Taebyn, I was in Thunder Bay for their Pride event. The Airbnb that we rented had a weird setup for their TV. It only got like all these strange channels, like Crunchyroll and all this other stuff and all these weird channels. But there was a Bob Ross channel, and all they played was Bob Ross painting. That's it. That was the entire channel.
That's a happy little channel there.
Happy little channel.
Yeah. Unless you happen to have watched the documentary about what happened to Bob Ross and his he and his family have, well, of course he's gone now, but his family has lost the rights to even use his name. His son, who's as good a painter as his dad was, can't paint anything for money because the business partners that Bob partnered up with basically stole everything from him, including his name. So
that's not a happy little treat.
No,
it's not a happy
do not buy any Bob Ross art supplies because none of that money goes to his family. It goes specifically to the business partners who screwed Bob out of everything.
Yeah. So. But anyway, and then there was a channel about celebrities eating hot wings.
Oh, I love that. The Hot Ones is an awesome show. Oh gosh, I watch it all the time. It is like one of my favorite things.
I had never seen it before, and I'm like,
I have not even heard of this. No.
It's great.
I'm in the kitchen making a cocktail, and I hear them talking about these wings. I'm like, what the hell are you guys watching? It's called Hot Ones. I'm like, okay. And I thought once it played through, then that was something else would come on. Nope, another episode of Hot Ones came on.
It's like it's a whole channel.
That's the entire channel. That's all they do.
Oh, the Beyonce one is hilarious.
Yeah. So I saw a lot of Bob Ross and a lot of hot wings when we were hanging out at the Airbnb. Taebyn, how about you? What have you been watching?
Well, last episode you talked about Letterkenny, and I think it was episode before last, and then last episode I said I was going to try and watch it. I hadn't watched it yet because of what you had said about the episode before last. I'm trying really hard to get the episodes straight. It's very important to know which episodes I heard.
Absolutely, it's very important. Yes,
very. So I did try watching it. I did actually like the first episode, and I tried a few more, and I don't think I'm going to watch anymore. But I mean, there's a little bit of an element of a little bit of a train wreck that you can't help watching feel to it.
True.
But I don't think I'm going to watch any anyway. Now, Remind me what, because you had talked about this before, because you got some guff from some
Yes.
other fur or something about it.
Yes.
And I forget, what did you say they said?
They said you have to get past episode 3 in order to fully understand where it's coming
Okay.
from. And I'm like,
Okay,
oh,
well,
okay.
I've gotten through episode 3. I don't
have any desire to read anything more.
I
Yes.
don't know.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I've watched clips on YouTube, and I don't get it.
And
I just don't get it.
And they've got like 8 seasons of that show.
So maybe it's one of those things, we've talked about this before. Like, for example, the what's it called? Still game.
Yeah.
Maybe it's one of those things that, like,
it's very popular
I don't
elsewhere.
know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like
anyway.
it's like the play Cats. You either love it or you hate it. There is no in between.
There is no in between.
I don't know. I haven't seen the butthole cut yet, so I'm gonna hold out reservations on whether or not I like.
Just the play.
Oh,
itself.
I'm talking.
Yeah.
I thought the movie. Yeah, because apparently there's a special version of the movie.
No.
So so there's that. We finished season 1 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay.
It's a good show. I like it.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah,
it really is. And we started season 2 of Resident Alien.
Okay.
And of course, as we've talked about before, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome show.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing Bloons, Monkeys Go Pop, of course, Royal Match. I'm on level 1,377, and Bearly, you're like way up there. I saw that thing where you can see your teammates and where they are. So I saw where are you today, and tell every fur what level you're on.
I'm in the 8,000s or something like 8.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah. So
goodness cow.
Yes.
And so you know how, like, every time you beat a level and then there's trumpets and it says Royal Match in big letters and everything. Every time I win a level and see that, I say out loud, Royal Match. Can't help but do that. I won a level. Yeah. Royal Match.
I'm sure your hubby is not tired of that at all.
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Taebyn, I have to ask you though, have you watched any more episodes of Black Sails?
We do that thing where we finish a season and then we'd rotate, and we'll get to season 2 later. But so we haven't started season 2 yet.
Okay.
Where are you in it?
I just started season 3.
Oh my cow!
Yeah.
So it stays good.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Good to know. Yeah, we like it. Looking forward to it. And of course, I've been doing the Beat Saber. And what I had something to say about that. I didn't write down. I was going to say. I think I was going to say something about. You know the song "The Master," and I talked about this before, and it says things like "impressive."
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be the Emperor. The Emperor.
And I was going to ask you, Rayne, because you said it before, and who is that? You said that before, but I don't know who that
Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars.
Oh, impressive!
Most impressive.
And I realized last time I lied. Because I said at one point, you get a certain point in the song, and he says, "You've done things you've never." Oh no, he said, "Okay, I can do this." It's very important, just like knowing which episode you're on. It's important to get this right. At one point he says, "You've gotten further than anyone," or something, and then he says, "But there's something you should know." And last time I said that he says, "I always win." I was wrong because I was playing it today, and he says, "There's something you should know. I always get the last laugh." And then once again, I failed immediately because, he got the last laugh. It gets like really hard once he starts laughing.
The Master is probably one of the hardest songs I have ever tried on Beat Saber.
I can beat it on hard. It's the song on like I mean, there's some. It's pretty tough, but it's a really good song. And. So that's all I've been watching, and I don't know what's happening.
It's your fault, Bearly. It's your fault.
I totally agree. It's my fault. Yes.
Something just happened, and I
you totally missed it, Taebyn. It's okay.
I totally missed it.
I'll tell you after the recording's off.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
All you first. Hilarity ensues.
Yes. It did.
My.
Okay. All right. Oh, there's a voice in the distance. Hang on. Who is that?
Yes.
Rayne, what have you been doing? I'm sorry, Taebyn. Are you done?
Yes. I happily. All you furs are happy to know that for the moment, I am done.
Okay. At least he's finished. Yes. Anyway, Rayne, how How are you on media?
I haven't been watching much because, of course, my eye's been healing. I'm supposed to cut down screen time as much as possible,
Okay.
which is not easy for me.
No.
But I also caught up on The Acolyte. I'm really loving it so far. As far as Star Wars series goes, I think it's the best one they've done so far. I actually like it better than The Mandalorian, and I love The Mandalorian.
Wow.
So yeah, that's I like it better. It's because it kind of gets you up to speed with what happened before the fall, of the so it's kind of neat. It's before all the shit with Vader starts happening and
or the ones before Vader. But the one thing that I'm not, I don't like the way they're treating May's master. It just seems it's too convenient.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, anyway, that's just me.
But like I said,
come on, George, get your act together.
Very good actors in it, and it's fun to watch. It's intriguing.
Yes,
I was kind of shocked by by the third episode. When they went back and showed what happened. So it's very good. I recommend everybody watch it. It's excellent. And I did play one game of Beat Saber just to see how my eye would handle, VR after the surgery, and it was good. I enjoyed it. I need to rest a little bit more before I get back into playing VR, though, because it was a little bit of a strain on my eyes. I felt a little tired afterwards.
Yeah,
so
give it a month. Give it a month.
Yeah, no, they're saying it takes a month for your vision to stabilize after this.
Yep.
So
yep.
Asparagus.
Asparagus, yes.
Okay. Well, then let's get to our furry news. All right, good listener. We talked about the Fur and Loathing podcast several weeks on this episode or on this podcast, but our new Furry News Correspondent, TikTok, who has joined us to the team. Woo! Welcome, TikTok, to the BFFT News team.
Hey, Bearly. Thank you for having me as your Furry News reporter.
You're quite welcome. And TikTok, I understand you have an in-depth report on that podcast series. So tell us all about it.
In depth. Yes, I do. So this is a podcast made by an investigative reporter named Nikki Wolf. Yes, that's his real name. Chuckle.
Wow.
Yeah, but he's not part of the fandom per se, but he respects furries and really likes how we stand up for one another, support equal rights, bring a safe space to those who might not have one.
He will be.
Yes, et cetera, et cetera. But he also wants people to understand the rise of internet extremism in many groups, including furries. Bearly and Taebyn has touched on this a few times. The podcast is about the chemical attack which happened at Midwest Fur Fest in 2014. And when I say chemical attack, yes, I'm referring to the chlorine incident there. Many furs, including myself, have been under the impression that this was a prank or, a party got out of control. Unfortunately, it was not. Nikki uncovered much more detail about what happened. Somebody deliberately created a chemical device containing powdered chlorine and a reagent, then deployed the weapon in a stairwell on the 9th floor. While it could have been much worse, someone pulled the fire alarm and the hotel was evacuated. Still, 19 people were poisoned enough they had to be hospitalized. I should recommend our listeners that chlorine gas was one of the early chemical weapons used in World War I and is nothing to be scoffed at. Nikki,
no, it's terrible.
Yes, not
scoff.
Bad stuff. Nikki goes into excellent detail about why he decided to take the story, what he likes about the furry fandom, and why this incident really hasn't received, more coverage. He talked to Patcho Fur of Dog Patch Press extensively. And, as I said, the mainstream media had pretty lame reporting overall, although Patch has been on this. However, it turns out the local authorities and the FBI took it very seriously. And they treated it as a crime, and they pursued it to what appears to be the end of the statute of limitations, which expired in 2019.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and I have to say, this podcast is generating quite a bit of interest. It's getting mentioned in Variety, The Times, Guardian, and even Time Magazine.
Wow.
So, no, it's getting a lot of movement here. So anyway, but my opinion, it's kind of a dark subject for your podcast, but I really think it needs to be more heard. Again, I originally thought it was just, an overblown, dumb prank. MFF has a reputation of being this, endless party con, and it is. But what really got me was a description of the device's location in the stairwell relative to where people got poisoned from the gas. It was the stairwell to the rooms to the elevator is quite some distance. And I was at MFF in 2023, and I was at a party on the 10th floor, and I remember stepping out of the elevator, going to the room, and then coming back, then looking for the elevator because I had my suit on, and taking a wrong turn, and I found the stairwell. I was like, oh crap, okay. And it was a pretty good hike back to get to where the rooms and the elevators were. So yeah, my chin hit the carpet. That was a lot. That was a lot of chemical in the air. I mean, what do I think about what should happen? I mean, this was a case of domestic terrorism.
Yes.
I think it should be treated as such. I really do hope the victims of this attack will find some closure at last. I think if it gets, reopened, hopefully there's enough interest in it, it'll get reopened as domestic terrorism, in which case I'm pretty sure the statute of limitations wouldn't apply. So hopefully we'll get it, we'll find an end to this at some point.
All right. Well, thank you for that wonderful report, TikTok. Anything else?
Let's see, stuff to report on. I guess there was some little right-wing kerfluffle about furries in schools this past week, as usual. So, well, I don't think it's really worth delving into that.
No, it's not really worth it. Yeah, I saw all those come up. It's like, really? Again?
And
really?
Again?
Yeah.
Really? Again? All right.
And Megaplex is 18 and over only. Woohoo!
Yeah, woo-woo.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's okay. Okay. Well, TikTok, please feel free to stick around, and we will be doing some this and that here in a bit. So,
so much enthusiasm.
Yes. All right. So we're going to get to upcoming events. Since this episode drops the 6th of July, we're going to go into July and August events, and there's a lot of them. It's the summertime, folks.
Oh, yeah.
Friends and Furs, the triple F, folks, Friends and Furs. July 4th.
And fireworks.
And fireworks.
It's the quadruple F.
The quadruple F. There we go. Anthrocon 2024 is taking place July 4th through the 7th in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Little Island Furcon 2024 is taking place July 6th through the 7th in Singapore. Furmit 2024 is taking place July 13th through the 14th in Laiyan County, Taiwan. The Indonesia Fur Weekend Anthro Gathering is taking place July 13th through the 14th in Jakarta, Utara, Indonesia. Fur A taking place. Where do you think it might be taking place? Oh, you got it right up there.
In Canada.
Up there in Canada.
Venezuela.
Yeah.
No, I was going to.
That is Fur A, July 18th through the 21st. Euphoria in Albany, New York is taking place July 19th through the 20th. I understand that the Wallaby Sox is going to that, and he may actually have a report for us after that when we come back to our next podcast.
Nice.
Anthro Weekend Utah takes place that same weekend, 19th through the 21st in Layton, Utah.
Not Utah, but Utah.
Wustria is taking place in Venice, Austria. Aurora. Vienna. What did I say?
You said Venice.
Oh,
that's
entirely different thing. Yes, this is
country. Yeah.
Vienna is where they make the sausages, right? The little tiny,
the little bitty sausages.
Canned sausages that taste like mush. Yeah,
Not to be confused with Amelia Roundface.
No. Or the sausages in Canada that are mushy, bland, and spicy all at the same time.
Spicy all at the same time. Yeah.
Aurora is taking place in New South Wales, Australia. This 26th to the 28th. Campfire Tales 2024 is taking place August 1st through the 5th in Lapine, Oregon. And TikTok, I understand you're going to this event.
I am. Yep, it'll be my 3rd year in a row of going to this. So no showers on site. It is primitive camping. Lots of musky huskies.
Well, if you're into that, that's the place to
Yeah.
go. And it is limited attendance. So
Yes.
if they're not sold out already, you might be able to get a ticket on their website.
They are sold out.
Okay, they're sold out. So disregard that. You can't get a ticket. Who knows what's going to happen? And
Neener.
And you can't stand outside the fence and go, but let me in. I'm so happy to be here. They won't let you in. Okay, FutureCon 2024 is taking place in some place I can't pronounce, Poland, August 7th through the 11th. East is taking place the 14th through the 18th in Germany. Just East. That's the name of the con. East. East. Like,
I want to make a con called
Yes. All right. Texas Furry Fiesta is taking place in Dallas, Texas, the 16th through the 18th of August. Fur Dance Budapest. I really want to go to that just to see what that is. It is taking place that same weekend, the 17th through the 19th in Budapest, Hungary. You don't go there if you're hungry. You go there when you're not. Denver 2024 is taking place in Denver, Colorado, the 23rd through the 25th of August. And Taebyn, are you going to this one?
I am going to Denver this year. We went last year. It was a great time. So all you furs, if you're going to be there, can't wait to say hi. Come to my Storytime and Weird Al panel. It'll be lots of fun.
Awesome possin'.
I'm going to do the dance comp, actually.
Ooh.
Or I'm going to audition for the dance comp, and I don't know if I'll make it to finals, but I'm going to do the dance comp there, too.
Well, make sure when you fill out the application that you put that you were a finalist at Furlandia.
That is, you have to let me in because I was a finalist.
Yes. There you go. All right. The same weekend, if you can't get to Denver, you can get to Indianapolis, Indiana. You can go to Indy FurCon. Or if you're fast, you don't want to go to this one, it's Slow Fluff Con. So if you're a Slow Fluff, you can go to Seja, Slovenia.
East, but make sure to go east when you do that.
Yeah, go east. FurSonaCon 2024 is taking place the 29th through September 1st in Newport News, Virginia. Megaplex, as mentioned before, the 18 and over FurryCon in Orlando, Florida. Thank you, Dingleberry. Memphis Fur Meet is taking place.
What was that?
What?
Oh, that's the guy that runs the state. Dingleberry. Ron Dingleberry.
Ron Dingleberry, yes. Making the furry fandom 18 plus only. Yes. Thank you for all of that. That's why we have to put an adult warning on this podcast because it says furry. Crazy.
Yep.
All right.
And then nobody in Florida could listen to us
if it wasn't.
Otherwise, we'd get sued.
Yep. Memphis Fur Meet, and we have a lot of listeners in Florida. Memphis Fur Meet is taking place in Olive Branch, Mississippi, August 30th through the September 1st. And also on that same weekend is Tails and Tornadoes FurCon in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Hopefully there will not be any tornadoes there. Philly Fur.
Just Tails.
Just Tails, yeah. And Philly Fur takes place that same weekend in Quezon City, Philippines.
Croissant? Est-ce que vous aimez les croissants?
No,
avec le beurre?
It's
le fromage.
It's croissant, not croissant. There's a difference.
Oh, okay. That's a totally different thing. Okay, I got it.
Croissant is flaky dough. It's very yummy.
Yeah.
Croissant is not. It's city.
It's a city. Yeah.
It's hard.
I see. These are different things.
These are totally different things. Completely different things. All right, so I'm sitting here with Grubbs Grizly. Welcome to the show once again, Grubbs.
Hello, nice to be back.
So you've got a bunch of stuff that's been happening in your world. Why don't you, what's been going on with you?
Well, there's lots of things I'd like to talk about. The Good Furry Awards, the Ask Papa Bear advice column, Uncle Bear Publishing, my Facebook groups, Gray Muzzles and Silver Muzzles. Where would you like to start?
Well, let's start with the Good Furry Awards. How are they going?
That's a very good place to start. Well, we have nominations are open. This is our 6th annual awards. I haven't been getting a lot of interest on that. It's been really hard to promote and get the word out. That's one reason I appreciate your having me on here. But this year is different from the previous years. The previous years, we always had one award. The winner got a trophy and a $500 cash prize. I was noticing, and some other people were noticing, that it tended that people in the media were getting the most attention and getting the awards, which is nothing wrong with that. But they're really intended for people who are doing charitable work and a lot of volunteering and that sort of thing. What I've done this year is we've got 3 categories. We've got the Image Award, which is kind of like what's been going on the last couple of years, which is for furries who present a positive image of the fandom through the media, such as YouTube videos, documentaries, podcasts, and so forth. There's the Good Egg Award,
Okay.
which is for furries who do charitable and volunteer work. And then there's the Furtastic Award for furries doing things that don't fit easily into the other categories. And also, we've doing another Lifetime Achievement Award. So this will be the 3rd year for the
very
Lifetime
cool.
Achievement Award.
When do the nominations close?
They close September 1st, and then I will announce the winners at Biggest Little FurCon in Reno in October.
Awesome. Okay.
I'm hoping to get more awards. I'm hoping that people will listen to this broadcast and, start nominating. We got a number of awards and a number of nominations out there, but I like to get a little more action, a little more interest out there. And then in September, people can vote, and then in October, we'll have the awards.
It's voted on by the general public. You don't make a determination.
Right, exactly. The furries themselves do the nominating, and they also do the voting. I, as the person who runs the awards, I can't vote or nominate or win the award.
Mm-hmm. So then where do they go to? Is it askpapabear.com, org, dog, yep. What? Okay.
Oh, yes. The website is www.askpapabear.com. And if you go there, you'll see right on the homepage, there's a link to the Good Furry Awards, or you can use the menu above to fill out the nomination form.
Awesome. Well, that is a nice segue back into what is askpapabear.com?
Yeah. Ask Papa Bear is an advice column that I started in 2012. So it's been going on for 12, 13 years now. And basically it's answer questions, usually about the furry fandom, but also you can ask all kinds. It's kind of like Dear Abby. You can ask relationship questions. I get questions about, school and careers and stuff and life goals and all that sort of thing. And you don't have to be a furry, of course, to write. I've had parents write me. I've had even a couple of social workers and psychologists write me. So anybody can write. Cool. And of course, the advice is totally free. And I've had hundreds and hundreds of letters on there. So that's, askpapabear.com. I was a little busy with some other things, my publishing company, for a while. And I kind of, was a little negligent on the advice column for a while, but I'm back at it, answering letters every week. And I only published ones that I think, need to be published. Sometimes I get, questions that are all kind of similar. So I don't publish. I answer all of them, but I don't put them all online.
Okay.
So, right. and if people want to be anonymous, you can be anonymous, or you can give your furry name, or you don't have to, give your personal information.
I did check it out earlier today, and I would have to say to our listeners, if you ask him a question and you are not exactly truthful, he's going to call you out on it. So you're going to get hardcore Papa Bear advice. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not judgmental, but I will try to, say it as it is.
Absolutely.
Sometimes, I get a lot of, I get questions that are like, I did something horrible, what do I do now? And, they're looking for some magical answer, to their problem. And sometimes there isn't one. Sometimes you just have to, if you hurt somebody, you have to say, I'm really sorry. How can I make it up to you? There's, not much you can do about it. Yeah. I get a lot of questions from very young furries, like 9, 10, 11 years old. And they're often asking, I'm a furry, my parents don't appreciate it, or they're afraid of it, and that sort of thing. I get a couple of those every week, so I usually just answer those online. I want to make one. I don't know if you get very many young listeners.
I think we do, yeah.
But if people write to me from a school server, from their high school or elementary school or whatever, I'm not going to be able to write you back because those emails get blocked by your school. I put that on my website, but people seem to keep forgetting about it. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
they do that.
You can get a free account on Google or whatever, but I can't write to you at your high school or your
Right.
middle school or whatever. Yeah, it's not going to go
Right.
through.
Awesome. Well, it's good that that's coming back to the forefront. Like you said, you were away from it for a while, but now you're back to it. That's great. Was it just life in general that took you away, or was it something a little more nefarious?
No, nothing nefarious. I am busy with personal life stuff, but last couple of
Oh,
years I've
yeah.
been trying to get my publishing company, Uncle Bear Publishing, off the ground.
And how is that going?
That's been tough, you know. I
Okay.
never realized, you know, how expensive it is to start an LLC and how complicated the taxes and all the
Mm-hmm.
rules are for it. That I spent a whole year just doing that. And last year, I got my first book out, Tim Stoddard's Furtania, The History of Furry Fandom in the United Kingdom. So that's
Nice.
out there now.
And how is that available to our listeners? How do they find that book?
They can buy it on unclebearpublishing.com, or they can buy it on Amazon or Barnes & Noble or any of those online websites.
Nice. Okay.
That's a really well-researched, you know, story of how the fandom got started in the UK and how what were the first meets and the first cons and all their struggles to get things off the ground. And it's extremely well researched. Tim put a lot of work into this. He still goes around giving talks about the history of the UK fandom. So it's an excellent book. Coming up after that is Movies for Furries, and Rod O'Reilly's book about movies for furries. An A to Z guide,
Nice.
everything from Abominable to Zootopia, and he rates them
Okay.
all on, you know, how good the movie is and how furry the movie is. He's got a rating
Oh,
system. Yeah.
a rating system.
Yes.
Can he wear it as a hat? That's
There's,
a Taebyn throwback right there.
yeah. I think he reviews over 400 movies. He's still working it. That's a manuscript.
Wow.
Hopefully will be done in December. So it'll come out early next year. There's
Wow.
the furry book, which is my book, the who, what, when, where, why, and how of the furry fandom. I have been working off and on this book since 2015, and I'm finishing it up this summer, all the writing, and it should come out this fall. And people have heard me talk about this. I apologize so much that it's taken so long, but you know, between deaths in the family and marriages and
Yep.
all the things that have been going on, it's it's been
Exactly.
rough. But the weird thing is, if I had published this back 8 years ago when I first was intending to, it would be a very different book than it is now, because so much in the fandom has changed in the last 8-9 years. It's just mind-boggling.
Definitely. And then you have a Facebook page for gray muzzles, I understand.
Oh, before we go to that, I also have one more book that's coming out soon. It's Beasts Beyond Belief, Sneaky Werewolves, Flying Cats, and Accidental Apes by Michael Winkle. So that's a lot of cryptozoology stuff, like flying rabbits and
very cool.
all kinds of really interesting critters. So people who are into monsters and ghouls and werewolves will like this one. So
all right,
that one's actually done. The writing's all done, and it's got illustrations by Mel White. I'm not sure if you're familiar with her.
Nope.
She did the Duncan and Mallory books. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that's
nice.
That's that. So I'm excited about that. It
That's
should be fall and winter that's coming. Should see a lot more stuff coming out from the publishing company. So
nice.
Okay.
I know it's been a long time coming, like you said. That's been
when my last husband Jim died in 2015, it sent me in a kind of downward spiral for a while. I put a lot of things aside, and then my current husband came into life, and that's been a whirlwind too. So
right. All right, that's cool. So tell me about this gray muzzle Facebook page.
Okay, so I got two groups: Gray Muzzles, which is for furries who are 30 and over. And that's got about 3,000-4,000 members in that group. It's been going on for a while. And then I
Okay.
just started a few months ago, Silver Muzzles, which is for furries who are 50 and older. We've got about 270 members in there. So these are
Okay.
Facebook groups. I work very hard to keep them drama free and
Okay.
focusing just on, fun stuff about the fandom for furries who want to get together with fans in their own age group. So I just want to get
Very
that
cool.
out there too. And I appreciate you giving
Very
me the
cool.
time on the air to do that.
For our listeners, go to askpapabear.com. There's links to just about everything except your Facebook page, correct?
Yeah, I don't have Facebook links there, but if you go to Facebook and just type gray muzzles or silver muzzles, you'll get there.
Awesome.
So, I
Awesome.
wanted to say too that Uncle Bear Publishing, like I said, it specializes in nonfiction books for furries. I am accepting manuscripts and manuscript proposals if anybody has ideas that books that they want to write. Anything you want to write a book about making fursuits or spiritual furry, or you want to write a book about Therians or otherkin, or all kinds of stuff that you could submit. I'm open to that. So I am looking for
Awesome.
authors. I don't do
all right.
fiction.
Well,
I don't do fiction though. Not right now, anyway.
Okay. So all nonfiction. If you've got a nonfiction furry story that you would like to write, get a hold of Grubbs Grizly at the Uncle Bear Publishing Company, and they can help you get published, because it's always important to publish or perish, as they say. Well, Grubbs, thanks. That's what they used to say when you were, getting tenure at college. Publish or perish, publish or perish. Anyway, thanks for coming on the show once again, and we will see you at BLFC 2024, I'm sure. All right.
I'll also be at another Furry Con in September in Ontario, California. Not Canada, California. Just FYI.
All right. Well, listeners, go see him there, but I will see you at BLFC. That's the next place that we're going to be at the same place at the same time. So,
okay. Cool.
So until then, take care, and you have a great afternoon, evening, day, whatever it is that it is right now.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, friends and furs. Wow, I just hit the microphone. Sorry. For all right, friends and furs.
Hi.
It is time for something we haven't done in a while. Actually, we haven't done this since season 4, episode 44. That's how long it's been since we've done this or that.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
That's been a while.
It's been quite a while. I have this book, 3001 This or That Questions. We're only up to 265. I looked back, and I have to say it was season 2, episode 9 was when we started this. So we're going to be here a while.
God.
Okay.
Yeah, we better start ramping it up on the this or that, because we're never going to finish it if we don't.
That's okay.
But I remember though that these from this book are getting like that. I mean, they've got it. They go. There's a 3001, so it's a stretch a little bit.
They stretch a little
I can't wait for the this or that question. That is this or that. Like that's the actual question.
Hey, there you go. All right, Taebyn, this one's for you. I'll ask each of you 3. Okay. How's that?
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Taebyn, would you rather be a freshwater fish or a saltwater fish?
Freshwater, because I like freshwater better.
Okay.
That was easy.
Okay.
I did it.
Okay. Rayne, your first one. Mm-hmm. Would you rather be a fish or a bird?
Bird.
Bird? Okay.
Yes. I love scuba diving, but I really want to fly more than I want to dive. So
that's the official word on that. But I did hear that the bird is the word.
The bird is the
word. Is the word.
Okay. TikTok, yours is, would you rather be president or a small town mayor?
Small town mayor. A little less stress and way more scuttlebutt.
Okay.
Skittle Fluff.
As opposed to Skittlebutts, which is something, taste the rainbow. Okay.
Yes.
It's the difference between croissant and cuisine.
Yes, exactly. All right, Taebyn, would you rather be social media's most hated personality or a nobody who everyone loves?
I guess I'd like to be the... so right now, I'm a combination of both of those. So I guess I'll just stick with that.
Say the truth, sister. Say the truth. All right. Okay.
But you're the most
I'll leave
popular
it to you
furry.
first to guess which of those I am.
But you're the most popular furry in the country.
That's right.
No, he's world renowned.
World
Oh,
renowned.
world renowned. It's gone up.
It's gonna. Well,
Wow.
that was what
Gonna-
that gal said at Furlandia.
I thought it was the most popular furry in the country.
Oh, I thought she
It's
said.
the most popular in the country.
Oh, in the country.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Although that would be a good adjective for being world. Let's say what am I trying to do here? So I wouldn't be world renowned. I'd be world re-adjectived.
Oh, as soon as you said that, I knew where you were going. Okay.
And it was a horrible place that I went.
It was a
Furry guy.
horrible, horrible place. Rayne, would you rather
Yes.
be super buff or super skinny?
Super skinny.
Okay. TikTok.
Super
Yes.
skinny.
Would you? Wow, this is a strange one. This is one of those, Taebyn.
Uh-oh.
Would you rather have an extra set of teeth or an extra set of toes?
Well,
Ooh.
either way is creepy.
Yeah, but can you take the extra set out? Is it like you have 2 sets of teeth, or does he have to have both sets at the same time in his mouth?
Well, is this one's for me, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
That's why I'm
Oh, I'm-
worried
I'm-
for you though.
I'm no extra set of teeth. That way I could be like that alien, I could be the alien, with
Ah.
that extending jaw and just go out and yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Okay. Extra set of teeth it is.
Mm.
Speaking of teeth, Taebyn, your third and final question. Would you rather be a great white shark or a hammerhead shark?
Well,
Good
probably
one.
I think the white shark, because then I'd actually be great. Whereas if I were just the shark, I'd be hammerhead. So I'd rather be great. So I'll go with that one.
Okay. Fair enough. Rayne, your final question.
Yes.
Would you prefer to never see daylight or never see moonlight?
I would say I'd prefer to never see moonlight if I had to give up one.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Unless I was a werewolf.
Or a vampire.
Now, if I was a werewolf, I would like to see the moonlight because then I couldn't transform into a werewolf
Ever again.
That would be bad.
Cheating
Yeah.
the system.
And then I'd never be able to get to a Skuru. But I mean, I'm never going to get with him anyways because I've got a fantastic fiance.
Yes.
So-
yes, you do.
Yeah.
All right, TikTok, your final one.
Final.
Would you rather hear the same song over, or never hear music again?
Oh man.
This is terrible.
This is terrible.
and
This is a DJ question.
And remember TikTok that song could be row, row, row your boat, which kind of goes on forever.
Yeah,
Or-
anyway,
or-
so imagine
never-
doing that
or-
infinity.
Are you ready?
Baby shark.
No.
Or this is the song that
Song that
never
doesn't
ends.
end.
It
Let's
goes
sing it
on
on.
and on,
That's
my
exactly
friend.
what it would be because it's right in the lyrics.
I mean,
So TikTok, what's your answer?
I don't get to pick the song, do I?
No.
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 I think we
damn it.
already picked it for you.
I mean, because otherwise I just pick like some sort of Grateful Dead tune that goes on for 2 hours, and then
Like it does anyway. Yeah.
right, pretty much.
Yeah.
Lack of being able to pick on it. This is very sad. I'm gonna have to say, never hear music again.
All right.
It's very
Wah,
sad. Very
wah,
sad.
wah.
Yes.
Womp,
Yeah.
womp.
I'm glad I didn't get that question because I don't know how it would
Yeah,
answer.
exactly.
No.
Oh,
Because it's very important on our lives that we answer this correctly.
Right.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yes. It's scientific.
okay.
Just like knowing which episode we say things on.
Right.
Eh, that's what our social media director is all about. He's supposed to keep track of everything so he can tell us what
You mean
happened.
my fiance?
That would be who I'm talking
Yes,
about.
that's
Yes.
the one
Oh,
we
yes.
mean.
He's supposed to keep up on the Wiki page too. So,
I'll
Ziggy.
poke him and make sure he keeps up.
yes. All right. Taebyn.
Hi.
Oh, Taebyn, do you have a story for us this week? It's been several weeks since we've had a story.
It has, and I do. You might remember. Well, so actually, hopefully this goes okay. I'll also have to pick another story. So you first might know, and I know Rayne and Bearly, and probably TikTok knows about this too, that I have this book that I have read at Storytime. Now, I bought called Jingle Bells, and it's in the same line, but it's Christmas instead of Halloween. So it's got, it looks the same and everything, and it's got 3 little sounds that you're supposed to play. Each page has a little icon, and you're supposed to push the button that corresponds to that. So what I'll do is I'll still read it and try pushing the button. And if you can't hear it, I'll try and mimic it like I did earlier with the bear thing.
Okay.
Ouch.
Well, this is going to go
This
great.
is great.
And-
I love
Great.
it.
And I have kept up with you might remember Bearly when I first introduced that I had this book, you said make sure not to listen to any of the sounds until you read it on the show.
Correct.
And I haven't.
Okay.
So I actually have no idea what's going to happen.
Okay.
So we'll see. This is my first Christmas, but I'm too little to pull the sleigh. Oh, there's an icon.
Merry Christmas.
It went, Merry Christmas! Ching, ching, ching!
Okay.
And it's a picture of a deer. So the deer is talking. And then the next page goes, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride with Santa in his sleigh. And then it's got the icon. See if you hear this.
Nope, just heard a tink, and that was it.
Mhm.
Oh, it's still going. Wow. It's a long one.
Wow.
Oh, okay. So I'll do it now. It went, I can't, there's a harmony involved. So I don't know if I can do this. Dum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, boom, 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 boom. And that's what it did.
Okay.
Okay.
We're moving right along.
It's still better than his Spanish,
What's going to be even funnier is when I edit this, if the recording actually picked it up, but we just didn't hear it.
We just didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Then we can compare and see if I'm doing it right.
Correct.
True. Yeah.
How will we get down the chimney? There's a little icon of a Santa. Let's see if you can hear this. Do you hear that?
Nope.
Nothing that time.
It went ding, ding, ho, ho, ho. Okay, so
It's
then
like a waste
Santa
of
says it's magic, and there's the little deer thing that goes, Merry Christmas, ching, ching, ching. and then Dick Van Dyke comes along, and then Santa puts gifts under the tree and fills up the stockings. Oh, the deer thing. Merry Christmas, ching, ching, ching. Good thing I'm here to help. Then Santa, remind me how Santa. Oh yeah, Santa goes ho ho. No, it goes ding ding ho ho ho. And then we're almost done. Before we go, we share a delicious snack. Oh, and there's Santa icon. Ding ding ho ho ho. And then gingerbread cookies are my favorite. Oh, there's the gay reindeer. Merry Christmas or whatever it did. Ching ching ching. Jingle bells as we dash away. And there's the little. And it goes dun 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 dun. You know how that goes. Okay, we will fly around the world in time for Christmas Day. And then there's a gay reindeer which says, "Merry Christmas, ching ching ching. I'm gay gay gay." Okay, the end.
Wow.
Wow, that was a
Wow.
fantastic story, Taebyn.
That was a journey.
That was
Yes.
that was good stuff.
Remember,
That was good
it's all
stuff.
about the journey, not the destination.
It
In
really
this case, the
is.
destination was great when it finally arrived. The end.
Wow,
It really
And we have a
was.
lot of road miles on us.
Oh,
like
God.
a lot of hard road
Mhm.
miles on us.
Yeah.
I should do that. That should be one of my story time things where instead I read
Yes.
that and instead of like playing the actual sound, I do it. And
Yes.
that would be good.
There you go. Yes.
Yes, I was about to suggest
Or
that
maybe,
actually.
or what I could do is I could do that
Yes.
and then I read the Halloween story, but then play the actual Christmas sounds,
Sure.
and that would be fun.
Yes,
I like that.
that'd be fun. That'd be
Another mixed up stories.
another mixed up stories, which did not go over well at all at Furlandia.
It went
No.
horrible.
It went
It
so
was
bad.
It was bad. Yeah.
At Vancouver, it was so good. Like literally, everyone was laughing. Like it broke me. I could not even.
Maybe it's a
There were like
Canadian
5
thing.
minutes. At Vancouver, there was like 5 minutes. I could not talk because I was laughing so hard. It went so well. But then, Furlandia, it went like the worst ever.
It was like crickets.
Well,
if there
I
was
mean-
crickets, they would have played.
It was people were really. It was on Sunday around like noon, 1 o'clock. People were
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was.
Yeah.
I think we're just tapped out.
they hadn't engaged their sense of humor. Anyway, speaking of
Right.
sense of humor, let's get to our jokes. Taebyn, you have a joke book.
I do, which is in the other room because I forgot I need to bring it. So keep talking while I
I'll
go
keep
get it.
doing that. So Taebyn has a joke book, and he will explain again when he comes back, even though he doesn't know I'm explaining it now, that he doesn't read them ahead of time, that he just goes ahead and reads the next joke, and we just go from there.
And who was this joke book written by?
It was written by Hugh Murmy, which is
wow,
Hugh
the
Murmy,
famous
Really?
author.
a famous
Yeah,
author, Hugh Murmy, yes. And Rayne and I seek out bad jokes, and I don't know, TikTok, did you bring any jokes with you tonight?
I brought some blonde jokes. Hopefully they're not repeats.
Okay, all right. Well, we will get to our jokes as soon as the Taebyn gets back. So interesting thing about the Taebyn.
I think that Rudolph lost his red-nosed reindeer after he heard my Furlandia mashup thing I tried to do.
Yes, he did.
Sure.
Yeah.
I want Sumfer to ask me
What are you talking about, Taebyn?
I have no idea. But thanks for asking.
But thanks for asking. Yes. All right. Okay. So, Taebyn, are you ready to go with your jokes?
I am ready to go with my jokes, which are a thing. So all you furs, if you don't know my little joke book thing here I have, which is called The Ultimate Dad Joke Book, 501 Hilarious Jokes and Puns by Humor Me, ha ha ha, is like I don't read any of these jokes in advance of the show. I just, continue where I left off last time. So if it's horrible, don't blame me, blame Humor Me. But if it goes great, you can say, Taebyn, you actually told a good joke for once in your life. So that's great. But then on the other paw, Bearly, where do you get your jokes from? Do you read them in advance?
No, and we already discussed all this, so our listeners already know, and they're laughing because I predicted that you were going to say exactly what you said.
Oh,
yes.
You are very smart and wise, Mr. Bearly.
I am. So I want to ask you right off the bat, what can leap higher than a tall building?
A plate with a fork attached to the spoon.
No, everything. Buildings can't leap.
True.
True. Not
That
even the
is true.
fork.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, say the thing again?
What can leap higher than a building?
Oh, okay. Now.
Buildings can't leap, so anything can leap higher than a building.
And also,
yes.
Okay, give me a second here. Okay, say that again. I'm working on something.
What can leap higher than a tall building? Everything. Buildings can't leap.
But it can't because it is overqualified. That's why you can't hire it. No, I don't. What?
I don't know. Taebyn.
Asparagus.
Taebyn, what's your first joke?
My life.
This podcast.
And also, why did the laptop? Oh, stupid. Okay, why did the laptop sneeze?
Because it had a virus.
Yes, exactly. Why did the hungry computer? What did the hungry computer say to his coworker? Oh, this is stupid too.
I don't know. I want to have a megabyte.
Grab a bite?
No.
All right. Rayne, what's your first joke?
So if two vegans are having an argument, is it still considered a beef?
TikTok, tell us a joke.
Alrighty, so there was a blonde, a redhead, and a brunette, and trapped on an island, and the nearest shore was 50 miles away. The redhead swam, trying to make it to the other side, but only made it like 15 miles and drowned. Very sad.
Aww.
The brunette jumped in the water, swam 24 miles, drowned, and died. So the blonde, made the best effort. Yes, very morbid. The blonde swam 25 miles, got tired, and then swam back.
I like that, actually. That's that's cute.
Well, speaking of swimming, did you hear about the dog that floats really well?
I did not. Please tell us about the dog that floats really well.
He's a very good boy.
Oh, you said that wrong. You should say, he's a very good boy.
Or a very good buoy.
Buoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to say it with the deep sensual voice.
Who's a good boy? Okay. Rayne, or no, Taebyn, what's your next joke?
Taebyn.
What is a... Okay. As I said to you first, I don't read this in advance, and I accidentally read the punchline here, but what is a computer's favorite dance? It's stupid.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Disco.
Oh, God, that's terrible.
That's so,
Humor me.
Humor me. You're falling down on the job. Rayne,
Uh, so I knew I shouldn't steal a mixer from work, but it was a whisk I was willing to take.
Oh, my cute cow.
Your cute cow. It's a little tiny cow.
That's my cute
Cute cow. TikTok, what do you got for us?
Okay, so two bored casino dealers are waiting at the craps table. A very attractive blonde arrives and bets and throws $20,000 on the table. And she says, "I hope you don't mind, but I feel much luckier when I play topless." Okay. So with that, she strips to the waist, rolls the dice, and says, "Come on, girl needs new clothes." And the dice bounce and come to a stop. She jumps up and down and says, "Yay, yay, I won, I won, I won." And she hugs the dealers and picks up her winnings, her clothes, and takes off. And the dealers look at each other and they say, one of them says, "Oh, what did she roll?" And the other answers, "I don't know. I thought you were watching."
This is a not dumb blonde joke.
No,
Yes.
yes, that's a smart blonde joke.
Smart blonde joke.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you guys hear about the burglary at the wig factory?
No.
I heard that there was a popsicle. No, I'm just sorry.
No.
Continue on.
No. So there's a burglary at the wig factory. The police are combing the area.
Oh, I like my thing better.
Yes. Taebyn, give us another one.
I just happened to see this thing. If the post office has machines that can sort snail mail at thousands of times per minute, then why do they give it to the old man on a bike to deliver?
That is a really good question.
But really, so that's I got distracted. That wasn't in my book. I just got distracted.
Oh.
But really, how did the dad answer his son when he asked if they were pyromaniacs?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yes, we are, son.
Oh
God.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
That was better than the disco one, though.
It was really actually.
It was.
That was. Rayne, is it your turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you call two guys hanging out by your window?
Dead?
Let's see.
No. Kurt and Rod.
Oh, Kurt
God.
and Rod.
Oh my cow.
Okay.
Voyeurs.
Voyeurs, yeah.
Voyeurs, yes.
TikTok, give us one
All right.
more.
One more? Oh, gee, there's so many. So a police officer sees a blonde driving and knitting at the same time. Exasperated, he drives up next to this car and screams out the window, "Pull over!" And the blonde responds, "No, silly, it's a scarf."
God, I knew.
Jesus.
As soon as you said that. Okay. So I'm going to tell one more, then I'll let Rayne tell one more, and then I'm going to let Taebyn finish us out. Okay.
All right.
So, I was outside the other day, and I left my candy bar outside, and it got covered.
Oh no!
It got covered in ants.
Oh, ew.
Yeah, I guess I guess there is life on Mars.
Oh.
Okay, that was better than disco.
Okay. Rayne, give us your last one.
Why is Peter Pan always flying?
Because he's high? I don't know.
Because he never lands.
Oh God.
Oh.
Okay, the disco was better than that.
That was a bad one.
Okay, Taebyn, take us.
I panicked.
Take us.
Pain.
Okay,
give us your last one.
First of all, I'll say I got distracted again. This is not from my book, but I got distracted, and I want to know if the number 2 pencil is so popular. Why is it still number 2?
That's a very good question.
That's a good point.
That is a good question.
That's
and a good point.
It does have a very good point, especially when you sharpen it.
Yes,
indeed.
And if you break it has no point.
It's pointless.
Pointless,
exactly.
yes.
So getting back to my book, we'll see how this goes. We'll see if I'll allow this next one to be the last one. I haven't read this yet, so we'll see what happened to the car. Oh my Lord, no. Okay, what happened to the car with an engine made of wood?
It knocked.
I don't know.
It wouldn't go. Okay, so we're not going to end on that. What happens if you swallow a dictionary?
I don't know.
Okay, let me start this. Okay, okay, we'll end on this. We will end on this.
Okay.
What happens if you swallow a dictionary?
I don't know.
Words.
You'll get the sorest throat you've ever had.
Oh, no.
Oh, jeez.
And there you have it, folks.
There you have it. Oh, gosh. Before we close this out, let's give our plugs for things we're doing coming up and involved in. I've got my
Yes.
other 2 podcasts that I produce, Off Leash and Royal Highness. Remember, we have Fourth Wall, Patreon, etc., etc., etc. Taebyn, how about you? What are you going to plug?
The bathtub when I want the water to stay in.
That's true.
Haha.
You do want to plug
No,
Very
that.
true.
But also, so all you first, actually, I'm not going to say anything you haven't heard before if all you first have been listening for the last several episodes. But in case you haven't, or I have to remind you, I've merch on Fourth Wall. That's Taebyn, Taebyn -shop, shop.fourthwall.com. I have a t-shirt, I have a mug, I have stickers, and more to come eventually. So do that because it's fun, I guess. Make sure to check out my YouTube, which has lots of fun and interesting things on it. You can learn how to make ice. You can learn how to, I don't know, what else can they learn how to do on
Make
my
toast.
YouTube?
Make toast.
Is it
Make
good for a
toast.
hat?
Use
Yes, you can learn.
use the
to test if
microwave.
things
Make
are
stew.
bounces or things.
Mhm.
Yeah, I got some good actual math, some actual real math stuff
Yes.
that other furs have said.
Oh yeah, you do that too. Yeah.
I do that too. I've had some furs tell me that they passed their calculus class because of my videos. So all you first check that out. There's some dancing, there's some drumming, there's some reading of lyrics. There's all kinds of good stuff. And of course, there's the Crispy Chicken Saga. Make sure to check all that out. Make sure to watch them all in order. Very important. Watch the original Crispy Chicken, then Crispy Dreamin', and then Crispy Ascension. Very important to do that in that order.
yes.
It's not, but there it is. And as we mentioned before, I'll be at Denver in August and A&W in January doing my Storytime with Taebyn. Taebyn Sings Weird. Also come join the fun. Other than that, that's my stuff I've got going on. And how about you, Rayne? What's going on with you?
Well, with me, 3 Do Who, our monthly Doctor Who podcast with myself, Mike, and my best friend James, will be returning from hiatus in July with an episode all about the Fourth Doctor's companion, Adric, and the fine gentleman that played him. Find 3 Do Who on YouTube by going to Injured Nerves Productions page and clicking on podcasts or on Buzzsprout at 3dowho.buzzsprout.com. Friday Night Rack Tracks will also be returning in July to get the summer sound circulating. Friday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific, twitch.tv/Rayne Raccoon.
TikTok, do you have anything to plug? Anything you've got going on that you want listeners to know about?
I guess nothing. I guess not until Get Out the Float. I'll be doing another one of my fursuiting something 01s, which I've been having a lot of fun doing. So hope to see some more furs there and getting down the routine a little better too.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Okay, well, furs, that's it for us here at BFFT this episode. We love that you have joined us for a while, and we know you have a choice in podcasts. We appreciate you choosing ours. Remember to help support the show because despite what that moron CEO at Spotify said, creating content does not cost next to nothing.
Not at
Not
all.
at all. No, subscriptions or donations
It's a
help
lot.
immensely, even if only a little bit. Rayne, any final thoughts?
I would like to remind everybody to be kind to yourself and each other. I want to thank all of our listeners and our staff for making this podcast a fun reprieve from the monotony of the day-to-day grind. And also, I love you, Ziggy. Can't wait to be your husband. Mubark Fluff, and stay furry.
All right, and as Taebyn mentioned, the summer is upon us. This episode will be the only episode released in July as our staff and crew need a well-deserved vacation with 5 seasons under our belt. It's our 4.5 seasons under our belt. We deserve a nice vacation. So we will be back in your ear holes on August 3rd. So until then, Mubark Fluff and stay furry. Taebyn, take us out of here so we can all go get a poof.
Well, hole in the ground, I have to say. Thank you, all you furs, for listening. Especially if you're still listening. Now, if you've listened to this whole thing, oh my cow, I hugged you so tight with pauses. Oh my cow. And I also say thank you so much for doing so, because that's amazing. It actually means a lot to us that you're doing that, and it really helps us out. We, of course, do this because we enjoy doing it, but we also do it for you and everything. So we really hope you learned a lot. What you learned is probably how bad my jokes are, but we hope you learned something else too. Can't wait to bark at you next time and see at a con how you type with pauses. Every first say pauses.
Aussies.
Yes. Thank you, TikTok, for joining us on the show and joining us on our staff. Thank you so much, Rayne,
Thank
and
you.
especially Bearly for helping with this wonderful. I'm going to say wonderful. I'm going to say it. This is a wonderful thing that we put on. And yes, thank you so much, all you first. Can't wait to bark at you next time, like I said. So until next time, Mubark Fluff Stay furry. Bark, bark.
Bearly Furcasting is an Injured Nerve studio production and is found on all major podcast platforms or can be heard directly at bearlyfurcasting.com. The Furcast is produced, recorded, and directed by Bearly Normal, aka Mike Began, and is edited by Bearly and our associate producer Rayne Raccoon. Opening and closing theme music, as well as some interstitial music, was created for Injured Nerves Productions for the use on the podcast by Reg Day with Damian Tanuki. If you would like to hear more music by Reg Day, you can search for Tweezerbeak on Bandcamp or Hooploop Tunes on SoundCloud. Other interstitial and background music through silvermansound.com, Gator Tots on SoundCloud.com, the YouTube Free Use Library, and Epidemic Sound. If you would like to send us a message, you can do so via email at bearlyfurcasting@gmail.com or on our Telegram chat at BFFTchat, on Twitter, on our Facebook page, or on the bearlyfurcasting.com webpage. You can help support the show through donations at coffee.com/bearlyfurcasting or through Patreon at patreon.com/bearlyfurcasting. Thanks for listening. We hope you come back and listen next week.